What up? So, I'm restarting the video. I went off topic really bad. Okay, so I got a question from somebody the other night. We were talking about it, and I'm just going to get right to it, just jump into it. And yeah, I'll clear up the whole upload why inactivity thing later. I just want to jump into this now. So, I was talking with somebody the other night, and they were asking me, what do you think about closure, and do you think it's possible to get by talking to a person and getting everything out? And they were bringing up, I gave them a little answer, and I'll elaborate. And they responded, exactly, if this was a perfect world, closure would have been easy to come by, and the other person would be just as eager to feel at ease and feel that closure. I'm asking from the point of view as still being friends with my ex. Like, we talk once in a while, but I still have an attachment to her, and I just want to talk to her and fully heal that wound. I don't know if she would be receptive to a closure type talk. I always keep it light and humorous when I see her. Okay, so here's the thing with me for closure, and I'm gonna elaborate. So my whole answer from the moment you started, when we were talking about closure, my view on closure and what you need to do to achieve closure, I'm gonna get to it. But I want to address something. For those of y'all that have watched my channel way back in like April or like March, March, April. If y'all were around that time, you guys know I don't condone being friends with your ex. Especially, and this is the thing too, especially because you rightfully admitted it, you have an attachment to her still, dude. You are still attached to this woman. There's something within you that is still sparked and real and wants to feel and imagine, right? That's a dangerous place to be, in my opinion. So, I just want you to be aware of that, like, the whole, you being friends with your ex, I don't think, here's the thing, I've gone through it, and I've been in situations where I was with somebody who was friends with their ex. It's a very conflicting situation. Look, it's good, I mean, the frequency isn't too bad, but it's still pretty high, every once in a while. But as far as what you're saying, your intent for why you're talking to her, I'm going to beg to differ, and I think it's not so much the closure and whatnot. I just think you might just be a little scared to lose this person completely. Like, you're willing to settle as a friend, you're willing to be at peace, and you're willing to be cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think you're not willing to let them completely go. As you rightfully admit, there's an attachment there. You still, you can't let this person completely go. You know what I mean? That's why you have to have that once in a while talk and still be clarified friends. That's why you guys still have to have that's why at least you do. You still gotta have contact with that person. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're trying to heal the wound over this person. By you staying with this person, you are picking at the wound. Okay? Here's the thing, dude. My ex, me and her, because I'm going to tell you something I did, actually. Right? Because I wanted to come, because I was like kind of like cold, cut off contact, and it just wasn't working for me. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be cool with her, right? Because if I go cold contact, she's just going to go crazy, hit my phone, and like, do it every way to contact me. So I was like, you know what I'll do? I'll just be inactive and not care. But I'll still be a friend, right? Because I knew what we were going to lead to. We were still going to talk time to time, but it wasn't going to be anything special. I was leaving my feelings out of it. That was the main thing. Like, I was drawing my feelings more and more and more away from her. Eventually, till the day, one day, I just wasn't fucking talking to her anymore. Calls me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you don't really have that significance in my life anymore. Sorry. And the whole reason I bring that up to you is because the only reason at that point I was friends with her was so I could kind of bring it to a peaceful resolution without us having a fucking fight and be like, fuck you, I'm out. We came to a peaceful solution. You don't talk to me, I don't talk to you. That's it, we're done. But what you're saying, how you want to heal this wound and you want to be receptive to a closure, look, here's the thing. Whatever she did to you, bro, I don't know. And whatever's going on here, look, I don't think being friends with her is a good idea. Look, I think if it keeps things peaceful, great. But what I think you really need to be brutally honest with are two things. One, I mean, look, don't stress over the ex thing too much, but I just want to I just want to point it out to you. You really got to ask yourself, why are you still their friend? Why are you still fucking with them? You know, at all, right? Again, if it's a peaceful thing, totally get it. I'm not against it. It's cool if things are peaceful. I don't expect you guys to be hating each other, tearing each other's heads off, you know. That's not necessarily what I'm trying to condone. But you go ahead and decide what you want to... Oh, I swear she vacuums, so I'm going to cry. If I hear that vacuum go on... Okay. So, you gotta just be brutally honest. Why are you still friends with her? You know, I think clearly that attached, because look, do what you want, right? But I'm warning you this. Being friends with her, this has to be a very, 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 very mild friendship. Okay? Because all this is going to do is keep plucking at your heartstrings. And it's going to keep you around. And you don't realize it now, but it's going to build up more and more and more and more as she starts to talk to you time to time. Before you know it, conversations are going to start to pick up. Before you know it, you're going to be hanging out again. Before you know it, you're going to be catching feelings for her again. Before you know it, logic that I just told you is going to go out the window. So distance. That's how you're going to heal. By staying around this person, you are picking at the wound and playing with the heartstrings. You're allowing her to play with the heartstrings. You got to create distance. Talking it out with the ex is not going to heal. And and I don't know who's established the contact or whatnot, so that's why I'm not getting into any of that. It's really not even that necessary for the situation. This is the deal. Be peaceful. Be friends, right? Be peaceful friends. That's fine. If she wants to talk, cool. But that attachment is the problem. So you're going to have to, if she wants to talk, time, cool. And when you're not talking to her, this is how you're going to heal the wound. By releasing every single fucking feeling you have. Right? If you're joyous and feel fucking great about her, good. Let that out. If you're feeling sad and depressed about the fact that she's not with you, good. Let that out. If you're feeling rageful about what she did to you to make you guys break up, good. Let it out. Because that's the thing is that emotion has to surface and it's got to flow. Right? Because for as long as that's pent up in you, it's going to keep you picking that wound. What you have to do is you got to open that wound. You got to allow that. You got to allow the universe to work its magic to you. And what I basically mean by that is that when you let the emotion go, when you let all that energy flow, you let it out. Oh, you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. You know, it doesn't have to be like that. That's just me demonstrating how I did it. Right? Or she feels so great and nice. And I just want to kiss and cuddle. Like, let it come up. Let it come up. Let it come up. Because what's going to happen, because what I want you to do is I want you to dissipate the attachment. I've talked about this before in another video. I'm reiterating the point here. What you need to do is you need to dissipate the attachment. You have to emotionally, you don't want to sever it. But what you want to do is you want to establish boundary. You want to establish a huge fucking boundary. Like state line boundaries here. No, I'm talking, inner Mexico-U.S. boundaries here, right? Keep him back, right? And what's going to happen is naturally, as you create that good distance, and it seems like you are at a pretty good distance right now, so it shouldn't be too hard. It's not like it's a challenging thing for you guys. And then allow that feeling to go and dissipate the connection. Now, as far as what closure, now here's the thing. By doing that, this is what's going to lead you to closure, because this is the thing. Before I could really begin to understand why my ex did what she did to me, before I could really start to forgive her for what she did, I had to let go of all that resentment, that anger, that rage, everything that wanted to go ham and demolish, that wanted to fucking scream in her face, tell her how much of a fucking bitch she was, right? I had to let all that happen, put on my own area without actually doing it, right? and letting that go. And when I was able to dissipate that connection and release that pain and allow, like, one, to surface, go inward to my pain and allow it to say what it needs to say and do what it needs to do and express what it needs to express, I started to gain a peace and clarity. And this is how you're going to get closure. Do not rely on your ex for a closure talk. This is my, because this is why. Either she's going to lie to you, or she's just not going to give you a direct answer, or she's just not going to be open to it. And here's the thing. I don't want to accuse your ex of anything, but there's just so much that could go wrong with this. Not even because you guys are done. The last thing you need to be doing, and I know, like I said, it'd be nice if we could get closure and know why things ended, but what you really need to do is you need to get to a point where you can clear out the clouds and dissipate the attachment and be able to understand where she came from. That is how you're going to find closure. Get to the point where you understand what she wanted to do. What is it? How did making this decision affect her in a positive way? Deploy that empathy. Right? I'm not with talking to your ex, dude. It's just not going to help. Talking to her is not going to heal the wound. It feels good because you just keep picking at it rather than actually letting pain heal you. Right? You're letting, because it's really weird, right? You're picking at it with joy and it feels good to keep picking at it, and then you get nowhere. But it hurts to fucking heal. And it's going to happen by creating that distance. Stop talking to her ass. And to allow yourself to feel that pain. That pain is what's healing you. That pain is what has to take place. That pain is bringing up the signal. That is what's going to line you up to what you actually need to heal, right? Which is all those emotions that you haven't let out. All those emotions that are just hanging in the midst. All those emotions that want to go somewhere but they can't. And you have to voluntarily direct it. But not to her. Not to her. Because what that does is it's an act of picking at that wound. Anything involving her will pick at that wound. I guarantee you that. You got to learn to leave your feelings out of this, man. Alright? So, how long have I been talking for? Alright, not too bad, not too bad. So we're going to end this pretty... So I'm good. My final point on this is closure, talk light and humorous when you see her. Cool. No, nothing big. Keep it light, keep it simple, keep it easy. Don't push anything. I like it. Here is my final conclusion to you. Dissipate the connection, right? Let that love die. Its time is over. It needs to go. And get to a point where you can understand her. And when you understand her, you won't need her to tell you why she fucked you over or whatever it is she did. You won't need her to tell you why things ended. You'll know. Closure's nice and closure's necessary. But closure is... It can't come from them. The most honest closure you're going to find is to deploy great empathy for the person that is your ex. You got to deploy that empathy. You're going to have to see is what they did positive. You're going to have to see what was the positive motive. What was the motive, right? What did they really want to do? And that is going to help you heal. So hopefully you take my tips here. Just to recap, emotionally release, dissipate the connection, deploy great empathy to discover the positive motives and intentions behind why they broke up. Okay? And be brutally honest with that. And here's the thing. Positive may come off. Positive, you got to release your connotation of positive. And you have to understand their connotation of positive. And what that looks like is to completely let go of what is right or wrong and understand what is and what was necessary for them in that moment. Fuck right or wrong, morality, shit, let that go and just understand this is what they did and why they did it. This is what they did. This is what they felt compelled was best for them. Okay? So that's my discussion to you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it helps you out. And hopefully anybody else who was in the same situation, this is going to help you out a ton. All right? Bless up. Talk to y'all next time.